This is Chapter 3 in the behind-the-scenes look at the Cochise Mod Shop's modification of the 2024 Squire Paranormal Jazzmaster XII electric. As you can see, I've already shielded the backside of the pick guard, and what I'm doing now is custom fitting the controls to the pick guard. The pick guard came with controls that were import metric controls, and I'm switching over to American parts, so the diameter of the controls is a little bit bigger, so I have to remount the control positions so that I can mount the volume, tone, output jack, and of course the three-way toggle switch. I've chosen abalone and chrome knob for this guitar. I think it really kind of picks up on the Sherwood green metallic paint. So it should be a really great combination. In addition to that, I've changed the tip on the three-way toggle to a chrome tip, which the previous one was cream, and it didn't match the pick guard or the pickups, to be honest with you. Now that we have the components mounted, we'll start to solder everything and wire it up. I'm using a pushback wiring, the same kind of vintage wiring that was used for years by Fender. I really like it. I think it gives you a little better connectivity because it's a larger diameter wire, and it's easily controllable because it is stiff and it's not coated with plastic. Once you put it into a form, it'll stay there, and so it makes the insulation very neat. What I'm doing at this point is I'm soldering the output and the ground for the three-way toggle switch, and I'm soldering the lead for the neck pickup to the three-way toggle switch. After that, we're going to take the output of the three-way toggle and go through the volume control. Once again, we're using a 500K volume control. The reasoning for that is, as you probably know, the people who have jazz masters or people that are guitar aficionados, the traditional Jazzmaster came with 1 meg pots, which would let all of the frequency through. So it was a very wide range, but a very bright tone. If you look at a traditional single coil in a Stratocaster, they come with 250K pots, which basically that's a fourth of the value of the 1 meg pot. So I think we're going to be much better off tonality wise with the 500K pot, which is traditionally what you would normally use on a humbucker, to kind of give it a little more transient, a little bit brighter tone, because humbuckers tend to be a little darker. Whereas this pickup has a very bright output, and what I'm actually trying to do is calm it down a little bit so it'll be a little more playable. Because it's not a 6-string guitar, it's a 12-string guitar. There's a lot of sonic information being translated to the pickup, so I didn't want the output of this guitar to be so bright that it's really not usable. The 500K, let enough transients pass through where you have a nice high end, but at the same time you should have a full robust mid-range and low end, with the 12-string having so many like the 3 unison strings, the G, B, and E, and the octave strings. There's so much information being translated to the pickups that you don't want it to be colored in any way by a very hard transient. So what we're doing in this situation is we're trying to actually tone the pickups down a little bit, and that's why I also selected a 250K tone pot for this particular model. Now that we have the .047 microfarad capacitor wired to the tone control, we're going to put the leads from the double pole, double throw switch that's combined with the volume control back to the three-way toggle. We're doing this because we are attaching the bridge pickup to the double pole, double throw switch, that in the down position it will be normal polarity, and when the switch is pulled it'll reverse the polarity, thus putting the two pickups out of phase and giving us a very interesting tone with the low end and high end kind of scooped, and emphasis on the middle to high mid-range sound. This was a sound that was very popular in the late 60s and through the 70s, and sometimes I like to put it on the guitar. If you want to use it, you can. If not, if you leave the volume control in its normal position, it will never be engaged. Now we are going to install the tone shaper treble bleach circuit between the input and output legs of the volume control. Basically, this is a resistor and a capacitor that's combined so that when you turn the volume down on the guitar, you don't lose any of the high-end information. So you don't get that deadening effect that you normally get on most guitars. And so at lower volumes, you'll be able to still get the bright, pristine tone that you've had at full volume. And this concludes part 3 in the behind-the-scenes look at the Cochise Mod Shop's modification of the Squire Paranormal Jazzmaster XII. Make sure you check out the next episode.